Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chax Break. It's me, Megafire, and with me today is my good friend and co-host.
I forgot my name. All right, Porco. It's me.
He is a pig. Today we have a really special guest. We've talked about him almost every single podcast. It's Yoshio! Just kidding, it's...
Me! Oh god, I haven't been silent for that long, ever.
Yeah, Six popped out of the closet, booga booga.
I've come out of the closet.
The reason I'm laughing is because Yoshio mentioned, like, well, my name gets mentioned a lot, and you just did it again.
That was the joke!
Oh, okay.
Fanny.
Ow.
Sorry.
Joke. And then everybody exits out of the podcast, like, right there.
No, I'm sorry, everybody.
Or not.
That's just their name, everybody. We don't even... Fellow Chaxers.
What are we
Chaxors.
talking about?
Today, we're going to be having a little Q and A session with the man of many talents, or maybe they're not really talents.
Thanks for that.
Space Yoshi X, also known as Siximophone. We're going to be asking him some stuff about his games, his...
And the gazillion other things I do.
What goes on inside of his Canadian fry cook head?
You just call me a fry cook?
Well, I'm sure you started off as one at McDonald's.
I'm middle management, you asshole.
Well, now you are.
Wait, are we allowed to swear on this?
Yeah, I don't... It's not... Yeah, I'm pretty sure we...
Okay, good. Because I say a lot of bad words.
Alright. So, Dorko, you want to start us off with some questions on... Let's just go from the bottom up. We're going to start with his games. First off, we're going to start with VistaQuest.
V-Quest.
So
The original or the new one?
Well, we can talk about them both. Just group them up.
what inspired you to make Mario Quest? I mean Vista Quest.
What, Mario?
Mario Quest with Yo-Yo.
I'm going to level with you guys right now. The original, like the 2008 VistaQuest that is on the website right now, was actually originally, you played as a purple Mario, jumping around through Yoshi's Island tile sets and those giant Koopa Troopas from Super Mario Bros. 3 All-Stars. It was the same 15 level. I made it when I was like 13 to 12, 13, something like that. It was like my first game that was playable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Purple Mario's...
I liked it.
Purple Mario's Taco Stand Adventures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Frick, words. I did, I liked it. I probably made about 30, 40 smaller games before I started putting things on the internet. Because like when I made a game as a kid, like it was short, it was sloppy. That's why I don't even bother posting them. Most of them don't even run properly. But Super Purple Brothers, as it was called, my friend named it. Purple Guy, a Purple Mario, was actually his OC, and it was a game for that character. I'm going deep here. I made the game for him, and it was just like it was that game everybody liked, as much as you could like one of my old games, which isn't very much. But so I just decided to remake it. And I couldn't use Mario because that's still stupid. So I designed a character. A friend of mine back in like 2007, 2006 sprited it for me, and that's the character I've used ever since for the VistaQuest series.
Cool.
So
that is the story of VistaQuest.
So that's what we're going to refer to him. Otherwise, I was always calling him Blandu. He is now going to be called Purple Mario. Purple Guy?
No.
That's it. Six. You've dug your own grave.
I'm uncreative. I just call him Vista Quest Guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name. But canonically, he does not have a name. I didn't name him. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Around. Just a guy. He's on an island. Jumps on things. Why? Because he can.
Could I do that one? I drew that one little picture of him, and I was gonna name it. I was like, wait, does this guy have a name?
You mean balloon yo-yo picture? Yes, it's gonna be right here. If you look up to the top right corner of the video, it's gonna be right there.
It'll be the entire video. It has to be the entire.
Okay,
video.
it's the entire video. There it is. That's
Thank
what. You're welcome.
That's my request.
Okay.
Just display all of my pictures.
Okay, that's it. You've done it. There's one
It's
popping
a
up
slideshow.
now. There's another one popping up. Oh. There's one just covering the whole screen.
Get it popping because it's a balloon, not a yo-yo.
Oh, 6. Your humor.
Thank you.
That's it. Your humor. Okay, well I have a question for you. Okay. So what drove you to make Vista Quest 2 after Vista Quest 1? Like, I mean, obviously, people saw the similarities between Mario, and I would be discouraged if I made a game and it was like straight up rip off of Mario Brothers.
Well, I did go and make Colorless Curse after Vista Quest 2, so I guess that didn't bother me too much.
Guess you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
Vista Quest, man, I don't remember. You know what? Vista Quest went over well. People thought it was okay. I mean, in comparison now, I mean, it's bad, like compared to what I can do now. But back then, it had an okay reception. Yeah, that's a word. So I was like, yes, make another one. Originally, when I was going to remake Vista Quest or remake Super Purple Brothers to make into Vista Quest, it was going to be a lot larger. The map system, the worlds, all that stuff was originally planned. Like basically, the original Vista Quest was supposed to be Vista Quest 2. That original project did fall through, and I ended up just doing a straight up remake. And then I took those ideas and applied them to Vista Quest 2.
Okay.
So
I forgot to ask you, Six, but I recently streamed doing Vista Quest 2 Special World, and what was the process of letting Bob and Mandu do levels, and how did you look at Mandu's levels and tell yourself, this will work?
If I recall, you said that you didn't even playtest them. You didn't even look at them. You just said, okay, they made it, and you put it in the game.
I looked at... No, I played them a bit. I didn't beat them, but I played them. I beat them on like the easiest difficulty, because then I get like 300 tries. But no, you know what? I didn't think anyone actually beat Vista Quest 2, because that game's hard. Like, and especially freaking Dorko beat the entire game in one sitting. Like, holy shit! I haven't even beaten the game.
Really?
I still haven't beaten the game. Like, remember that one time I told you I was going to beat the game, and I caught up and I got like to the last world, and then you beat it, and I was like, oh, fuck this game now, and I stopped playing. I never went back to it.
Oh wow!
I've beaten every level individually as I play tested through the game, but I have never gone from start to finish. I've never done that.
I was very confused by how Mandu's last level started, because it's like this sort of how it introduces is that Vista Quest guy pops out of the ground, and there's all these like freaking missiles that just fly at him. But,
oh yeah, what he did is he just placed a bunch of missile objects, and by default they go to the left.
No. What confused me is that like, if I just didn't press any buttons, I'd get stuck and die. But if I mash the jump button, maybe I'd live.
Oh, that's because when when the level intro is done, like, you know, it plays a little tune, and as the screen transitions, it actually, you take over as the character, but you can't move until the transition's done. So you can take damage, but you just can't move. When I did that, I initially intended that, you know, I'm not going to put enemies right in front of the spawn. But Manu's like, fuck that.
Who needs that? Spam bullets at the player. If you're wondering what we're talking about, I will link this stream in the description. The recording.
Oh, okay, fine. Be that way.
What? You want me?
I think anybody's played the Secret World. Come on, guys.
Well, I haven't, for instance. I didn't even know about the Secret World.
There's actually a glitch in like one of the last levels. I had to upload an update because I fucked up. I fucked it up.
The one where you're just frozen in place?
Yes, that's because the coordinate for the level, like every level has a little object that's masked over the because the entire map is such a background. And I had the wrong coordinate, so when I was looking for the level, I couldn't find it.
I felt kind of silly. I didn't figure out the solution as fast as I should have. It's just use them. Like when you hit
I didn't even think
button.
of that, so congratulations.
You could hear everybody scrambling in the chat as he's trying to do. Everybody's just like throwing out suggestions, and then Six is like, "Hold on, let me just go back into the whole code. Let me like recode this. Let me just recode this part of the game. Let me just find it and I'll fix it and I'll send you the save file." And Darko was just kind of like beep, like he's pressing. You hear him pressing buttons, and all of a sudden he's just like, "I fixed it. I went to the world map," and everybody's just like looking at the stairs. Oh, okay, that's a good idea.
That panic. That was wonderful. That was a great evening.
If I recall, Dorko, you never got all of the coins, did you? Or the ghosts. The ghosts. You didn't get all the ghosts.
Who cares about ghosts?
Ghosts are just an achievement. There's a guide on the site though. If you do want to get them all.
I guess I could. What exactly is on the site?
If you go to the Visit Quest 2 page, there's a ghost guide. You can. Oh. It's right there, yeah, and it tells you where all the ghosts are.
It's like a manual.
It's like a cheat guide, like a strategy guide.
For free.
It tells you where they all are and shows you. It gives you a picture.
Start charging for it.
I wouldn't pay money for that. I myself would upload it to Pirate Bay, so I wouldn't have to pay for it.
Genius.
What if somebody steals your everything?
My everything?
Your everything, your games, and they put it up for sale.
That's I think I can sue actually. I don't know.
You might actually be able to, because didn't you?
Yeah, I made it. Like I made the game. Like you can't take someone else's work and profit off of it. I'm pretty sure there's laws against that. I haven't looked into it too thoroughly because I don't know who the fuck would buy my games. I would probably just laugh at them and laugh at their lack of sales.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a thing.
There's something similar happened with both when I was first played Mystic Quest 2 and Ice Demon. Is that I was just so impatient. I just play it for a little bit and I get bored and just quit forever.
Yeah, that happened to me with a lot of games.
I feel kind of bad for it because then I go back to these games. I find out I really like them. Like I think Mystic Quest 2 is probably my favorite platformer by you.
Oh wow!
No, really, I think I prefer Forever Rain personally.
Well, but... I don't like Forever Rain that much. Even though it's fun, but
I mean, Mystic Quest 2 is probably really good, like a lot better than Forever Rain, but I haven't played it as much as Forever Rain.
Technically, the Mandu games are probably better because there's no levels designed by Mandu.
Well, they are a little more technically impressive.
There's that,
and a lot more, but a lot more ambition and time. Like freaking Mystic Quest 2 took me like a year to make. The only game that's taken longer so far is War Girl, which is approaching a year.
Oh snap!
But it's almost done. Oh, so not almost done, but it's definitely it's past the point where I would stop working on it. Like it's gonna be finished.
Cool.
War Girl is looking pretty good. I'm just sad that I can't play it. The demo.
I just on that too.
I might have to find another sound driver or a sound system because right now I'm using Sin-based DLL, which is it's just something someone made for Game Maker that lets them use a sound driver.
I have no idea why it's happening. Like, it didn't happen before.
It's compatibility issues. Like, it just doesn't. The sound system I use and your sound drivers just aren't. They don't like each other. It's my laptop actually. Sometimes something happens in the driver and it eventually just rejects Game Maker's sound engine, and then I gotta reboot the computer, and then it's fine. For my new computer, if I don't have a speakers plugged in, it'll crash.
Yeah.
Sound driver, the DLL just mix up and it's weird. I don't know exactly why it happens, but I'm trying to probably find a different sound engine just because it's really bunk that happens.
I even have even with headphones plugged in. Actually, I haven't tried it with these headphones. It might work with these ones.
All for my computer, all it really needs is something in the just something in the so I can plug my microphone in and it's going to work.
Excuse me.
Just needs to complete the circuit. so it knows that there's headphones, and then it works fine. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, I do know why, but I
You
don't know
should
why.
fix that stuff.
Like, I can't just go in and change the DLL.
Shit.
I gotta find a different sound engine, different music thing, something a little more reliable, I guess. Because GameMaker's default engine isn't very good either. I mean, I'll talk to Bob, but then Bob's sound engine is bad too, because on my laptop, when Ice Demon closes, for whatever reason, only Ice Demon does this. It explodes my graphics driver, and my screen goes black and has to refresh, and it's weird.
Whoa.
I don't know why.
It's like the game is so angry you're closing out of it. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why it does that. It doesn't happen to me. Bob's game is actually that's the only one that hasn't done the stupid sound crash thing.
That's because he uses a different sound engine than I do.
I'm pretty sure I talked to him about this on the last podcast. Like
Bob
it was
on the last podcast?
Huh? Bob, yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta watch that.
Every new guest on this podcast. What? I need to watch another episode.
I watched the first one, but they're an hour and a half. I don't have like if I gotta watch it, I gotta close. I can't be in the call. I can't listen to music, and I like my music.
It is quite problematic, I'll admit, because I like to listen to these episodes. I listen to Brawl Family Podcast. I listen to Retsu Talk. There's like multiple podcasts. Like I gotta listen to them all. They're like hours long.
I know. Fuck.
I just play games. Or read while I listen.
Play games. Games are
Wait,
dumb.
read?
Yeah.
He reads. This guy is old school, man. He reads.
I can't do that. I can't read and listen.
You illiterate Texan, you.
Yeah, I've noticed that actually. I have that issue sometimes, but like, if the podcast is slow paced and like, if it's not too loud or anything, like there's not too much going on, then I can just relax, kick back, read Metro 2033.
That's magic.
Right.
Yeah, A6, is there anything with the Mandu games, like any origin story or anything?
It's a lot less interesting. I guess one day I was talking to Mandu. I wasn't even talking. No, I just took his sprites and I was like, I'm going to make a Mandu game. And I think I was almost on the first world before even Mandu knew. I was like, oh, yeah, look at this. And Mandu's like, wow, that's kind of cool. And then I kept doing it, and then eventually it was done. It only took me like a couple months. No, a little longer than that. It wasn't a very ambitious project. I just made a Mandu game. Made a game about Mandu.
Dude, it's the only game with Dorko Boss.
It's the only game with Dorko Boss so far. You never know.
What the?
I found a harmonica in my drawer, and now I'm playing with it.
You did this last time.
How loud is that?
Noticeable.
Well, it wasn't that loud, but
Okay, I don't know. I did it really faintly. I was scared. Colorless Curse. I have more origin story, man. You asked the question.
Sorry.
You get the answer. You get the answer.
You get the answer. You want the answer. You get the answer. You ask question. I give output. That is the answer.
Makes sense.
Input equal output.
Calm down.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Colorless Curse.
Origin stories.
Colorless Curse. So after this actually I didn't mean to make another Mandu game right away. Actually, it was almost a year. It was like a year before Colorless Curse came out. But after Forever Rain, I started working on Swaddle which was going to be like a super ambitious project. Like, it was like freaking giant overworld, like Metroidvania. You pick up health upgrades, NPCs, a bunch of different towns, side quests, and this big elaborate story. Well, not that elaborate, but it's still the biggest story by far I'd have in a game I made. About a quarter of the way through production, probably finished. I finished one of the dungeons. I was going to like full out dungeons, like Zelda 2 style. Actually, it took a lot of inspiration from Zelda 2, Metroid, Castlevania, things like that. Anyways, but I was playing it and I was like, I made bad design decisions. Like, I kind of modeled the inventory after Cave Story. You can only carry like 15 different items, and just the things I wanted to do weren't compatible with it. And I tried to make shops, and all the shops worked, but it was kind of a dumb system, and I didn't like just a lot of basics, not basic. The foundation just couldn't support some of the things I wanted to do midway through the project. So I decided, I axed it. I'm going to come back to this Waterloon because that's like the best thing ever, like the best idea, but not yet. Maybe after Wargrow. But anyways, after that, I tried a couple more little projects that failed after like a week, and then I started Colorless Curse, and then bam, just Colorless Curse, just like that. Like it was easy. I just made a game.
Oh well, bam.
Shit.
Game come out.
Oh no, I was working on sorry, I forgot. I worked on Upside Down Machine as well, alongside Histoire de Lune. But that died because Mando wouldn't make sprites.
Histoire de Lune.
That's why I made Colorless Curse in Game Boy style, because like I don't know, it's really easy. I could do that.
Yeah, you're just lazy and there's no colors, so it's all hideous.
He just didn't want to hear you, so he's just like,
I don't want to hear your shit. I know you don't like it.
But I do remember Mandu mentioning, like, calm down, Six. You mentioned that, like, he got demotivated because I think he showed his sprites around or something, and he couldn't really handle the criticism, and he just wasn't motivated.
Oh, I remember that.
On fucking Spider's Resource or something. Man, I don't dislike Spider's Resource, and I know some people from there, and they're great, they're wonderful people, but they're like just some spiders out there are just ridiculous.
What he said didn't even make sense. Like, honestly.
I see what he said.
What?
But some people are just jerks. Programmers. Oh my god, programmers. Like, oh, I hate them. Actually, when I first graduated high school, and my parents were like, hey, why don't you, you like computers, do computer science in university? And I'm like, fuck that shit. Because like I was in computer courses like my entire grade 11 and 12 years. It was almost all computer courses because I finished all my the important things you have to get done. Compulsory classes. Is that the word? Maybe. But I finished that also. I was like all computer classes, and freaking everyone was an asshole. Like, this is terrible. And people on the internet were always assholes. Like, everybody who's
people on the internet are assholes.
Oh! Anyways, so I was like, fuck that shit. So I worked at McDonald's.
It was really disappointing too.
The story of Six's life. I didn't want to become successful, so now I work at McDonald's.
No, but like right out of graduation, they're like, "Hey, do you want to be a manager?" And I'm like, "Sure, it's money." And it was good money too. Like, I had almost 20 grand saved up when I moved out. I blew it all on rent and shit, but
well, that's not blowing it all. That's using it for the important things.
I'd buy furniture like bed and shit, and I had to get another car. My car just died, and I couldn't do anything but sell it for scrap. Just got like $400 off it, and I had to buy like a new car for like $2 grand, and that was but that that's all water under the bridge. But yeah, I took the money, didn't go to school. Oops.
I was gonna say that was a Forever Rain, or not Forever Rain, Upside Down Machine, whatever. It was pretty disappointing because you showed me like.
It looked nice.
Yeah, like I was saying, like, oh, it looks so beautiful, and then like I learned why Mandu stops. I'm like, no.
Like it was nice. Like it was a nice game. Like the reflective water, the sunset scene. It was shaping up to be a good game, and I'm sad that it died. Oh, well, whatever.
You ever get back to it?
It's on the to-do list. The next, if I do make another Mando game, which is very likely, it will be Upside Down Machine.
Sweet.
That game is very. I can't tell you when. I don't know when. Very likely that it'll happen. I need more.
Upside Down Machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it, or character mod. I've scrapped a lot. He's in the he's in the planning stage. He's gonna think it up for me. I need more. Like frick, I wish Soups and Sandals had more than me and kind of Bob and kind of Mandu. I'm honestly trying to help him because I really want to get into it. I just don't want to. I don't want to. I can't. I'm not really interested in the programming aspect. I've always been interested in the designing and the planning. That
And you don't do that either.
I do. I've been doing it.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I know it takes a while.
I want to help. I just don't know how to. I don't know.
Shit. Yeah. Well, there's like Mandu can code like a crazy guy. He's awesome. I'm using his text engine for like he made this dialogue and like dialogue in RPGs, that kind of thing. He made one of those and it's freaking amazing. I love it.
Yeah, Mandu's really good at making just like bits and pieces.
Just stuff.
Yeah, he's just. I feel really bad for him because honestly,
he's a tinkerer.
He's literally the jack of all trades, but he just can't get it all to piece together. And he's told me many times, he's like, I start working and then I lose interest on it, like on a big project, which is why I'm kind of glad he's working on this. Can't say it really.
You can totally say it.
Well, Master Godzilla and Mando are working on a project together. Master Godzilla didn't want me to say much about it, but
the entire chat already knows who else is going to watch your shitty podcast.
Shoot sandals, Yoshio.
Oh shit!
Yoshio will watch it. Yes. All right. So they're working on a project, and it's nice to see Mandu working with someone, because I remember when him and me worked on it, I basically designed some stuff and he did some stuff, but it died. It was like last summer, and it was a small project. It didn't get past the planning stages.
He did make Harvest. He's got that under his belt.
Yeah,
it's a small project, but it was alright. You know,
it was inspired by the Kirby 64 minigame.
That's a good minigame.
It is a good.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was to make a game. I've joked about it, I think, where I just make the goal like traversing one room and be like, "Hey, I made a game."
Technicalities.
Kind of like that one joke game where all you have to do is like burn the rope and you kill a monster and that's it.
Yeah, fuck that rope up.
But yeah, Upside Down Machine. I'm really looking forward to starting to work on more of the nitty-gritty story and whatnot. I mean, character designing is all nice and stuff, but I can't draw, and so whenever I mess something up, I get extremely discouraged. Like, I draw...
Gal Pal can draw, right?
Well, she can, but she needs to be encouraged to draw stuff, and she hasn't drawn in a while. But
my sister can draw too, but she won't fucking do it for me.
Yeah, see, same thing, sort of, but... It's like, I want to, like, draw, and I've been trying to, this is a good practice, because I'm good at drawing portraits. Portraits are cool, I can do that. I can't draw cartoons and crap like that. It's too powerful.
I can't draw cartoons.
I can't draw, like, in the style that you draw, or, well, I can, but I don't...
style.
Not on paper.
Did you see Megafire Slice of Dorko?
Dude, did you see I can't draw on the computer whatsoever. Here's
Slice of Dorko.
Here's all the different Slice of Dorkos. They're popping up on the screen. My original... Oh, okay, now you saw it? Alright, good. Here are the edited editions. The 3 of them. Or 4 of them, I don't know. I lost count. But anyway, Upside Down Machine is basically... I really like the Mandu series. I think it has a lot of potential. I've been drawing stuff for it, and I can see it in my head, like, coming to light. Like, the whole concept of it is really cool. Like, I like the Mandu story better than the Vista Quest thing, because it really doesn't have a story, Vista Quest. It's just kind of like, your guy saved the island. That's it.
It's simple.
It's simple, it works, it's nice. I like the complexity, quote-unquote, of the Mandu series.
The thing is, it has a story. It has some, you know what's going on. There's a reason they're doing it. Things like that. Yeah,
it's nice, and you've got like this whole new mechanic. We've talked about it, where Bob and Mandu are both playable.
Yeah,
and that's a really cool thing, because I've had an idea of a chat game where it's basically like you can play as 4 or 5 of us. We have different abilities that help us get to different parts of the stage. Well, that's what I'm going to try to work on with Bob and Mandu, is like their individual abilities will, it's going to be kind of like, I don't want to say Mega Man, but...
Like Sonic and Knuckles?
Yeah, like Sonic and Knuckles. Like, Knuckles had the ability to go on the walls, and there are some places you can go, like, above the map. Well, not above the map, but, like, on the higher parts of the stage, while Sonic goes through the lower parts or something. And that's basically
basing your game off Sonic, that's a good idea.
Well, okay, that's not exactly... No, you're right, because 2D Sonic and Knuckles is a good game. So I don't... That's like the only 2D...
Okay.
It's just the only like 2D Sonic game that I really like.
I like I like Sonic's. I don't want to go on a tangent. It's a quick thing. You know, I like the way the game looks. I like the music. I like the idea. Just the execution is bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. I don't want to go off into another Sonic tangent.
For sure.
I just want to get my 2 cents in. That's what
Yeah,
I
we
was
need
saying.
to do like 10 more podcast episodes.
I mean, honestly, Sonic's been coming up every time we do a podcast.
Don't do it. No. What have I started? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. That's all I was gonna say. Anyway, yeah, Mandu series. I think I had one more. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Quick
Go ahead.
question, Six. The final boss, did the game or the forum game come first?
The forum game.
Okay.
You based it off the forum game, didn't you?
I based off the forum game.
Cool.
I remember that being a thing. It's not as good because you don't have as many people. Like
I still have the high score!
Just wait for Paper to come in and just fucking wreck you.
great. Now I'm gonna tell Paper on you.
No!
I'm gonna just cut this section of the podcast. I'm gonna put it into an MP3. And I'm gonna give it to Paper. I'm gonna be like,
go
Paper.
to Skype right now, and I'm gonna.
No!
Where is he?
Let me savor my victory.
Okay, yeah. I guess we could give you like another.
He's offline.
A few last breaths.
Lucky. You're a lucky guy.
So as you know, there's the final boss game. I don't really have much to talk about. It's your basic.
It's small.
It's small. It's a nice project though. Like I don't think I've ever seen a game like that where it's
there's
just
a story behind that.
skip to the last. Oh yeah, I want you to tell the story about it. Like how.
This is a good story. Okay, so I was on holidays for a week, and Mandu was around. Mandu's always around, and he's like, or no, I'm like, hey, it's almost Bob and Ossie's birthday. We should make a game. And Mandu's like, sure, let's make a game. 3 nights. Game's done.
3 nights in a row. They didn't sleep. They didn't eat. They didn't drink.
Oh no, I slept and I ate. Holy crap, I ate.
Mandu didn't. Insomnia.
But no, I stay up until like friggin' 6, 7 a.m. each night. Just game's done.
Wow, he really got it done.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it was just mostly the algorithms.
I didn't know it was there's no algorithms. It's straight basic math. That's why I took Final Boss. It's already an established concept. I mean, it worked. I had a second Final Boss RP that I tried to do, which was a little more complex. But the complexity made people lose interest. There were too many rule breaking posts. It just didn't work out. That's why the current Final Boss RP that's going on is back to the original rules. But yeah, actually, the idea of classes came from that RP.
We never really experimented.
That did not take off. No.
Yeah, I don't even remember it. That's probably how bad it was.
A lot of balancing input actually came from Paper on that game. Paper had a lot of input on Final Boss.
And Papero, I don't know how to say. He's got something.
He knows video games. Like, he's freaking good.
In general, he seems to have pretty good ideas.
We need to get
That's
Paper
why
on here.
I'm not releasing War Girl until he plays through the entire game. That's what happened with actually Papero, Bob, and Mandu had played through Vista Quest 2 like 4 times, just bug fixing and testing things for me.
Well,
Mandu and Bob were kind of like, oh, it's fun. Papero really got into the nitty gritty, and he found a lot of things for me to fix. Yeah, it was nice.
I probably respect Papero's input on any game or any idea that I have the most out of anybody, because he's just like, he's got no feelings behind it at all. Like, he's just really down to the
I'll tell you how it is.
It's fun, is it not? He doesn't even get into the fun or not. He's just like, this is broken, this is not broken. He's not even saying like, oh, this is a good idea. Well, I mean, he doesn't say, oh, this is fun. He's like, oh, okay, so this is a good idea, but this is what doesn't work with it. And then he's just like, goes off. I know, because I remember him talking to Six. Like, I remember him sitting in on a Skype chat or something. I think it was only Six, Mandu, and Papero, and I was just kind of sitting there quietly. And then it was, I forgot what he was playtesting. I think it was Forever Rain. And he's like, okay,
I don't think he played through Forever Rain. It might have been Colorless Curse.
Colorless Curse. He was talking about like this block makes me bounce through it or something. I don't know. I was just like, he's just going off on the list, and it's just kind of like I was just sitting there imagining Sixes probably has a little notepad. He's just like writing it down. He's like at a lecture.
Yes. I did. When people give me input like that, what I did for Forever Rain and Color's Curse is actually mostly Forever Rain, very much Forever Rain. I had
very much so.
Very much Forever Rain. I had Lekka play through it, and I sat there with a notepad. And I was writing down things, and I was quiet, and I was watching her play and writing things. And she's getting super. She's like, "Why are you watching so much? And how are you not saying anything? Am I doing bad?" And she was like freaking out. And yeah,
I want to see a recording of that. Just like.
And then she voiced Moon. That screechy noise at the end of Color's Curse. That's her.
And then everybody questioned why it wasn't me throwing the moon for us.
Because that's going to be the next one.
Oh, okay.
That'll be the thing after that.
I'll try to be good at recording instead of whispering or whatever.
Oh yeah, everyone's so quiet. Hello, my name I should have. Hello, my name is Moon.
And I kept forgetting how to record and send it, and ask you multiple times.
You're wasting my life. How dare you? I could be making video games right now.
It's true. He could be making Wargirl or that other game that he's working on, and I already forgot what it is.
We've asked about that.
Do you have anything to say about your old comic 6?
My old which old comic? I have a lot of.
I meant to say all of them.
Fuck Sprite Comics. Fuck every comic I made that isn't Don't Look It Sucks, and fuck Don't Look It Sucks.
Well, what about Chat School?
Chat School? Fuck Chat School.
You mean the three issues that came out? I made one issue for it.
Everything
wasn't
I
good.
draw is terrible.
I made one issue for it. I didn't like it.
What it is, like, I guess your drawings are terrible, but there's something about it that I think has a nice style to it. But I don't know. It's good.
I like your drawings.
I look back at Don't Look At Sucks, I'm like, oh god, what's that? Such hopes.
Honestly, whenever I see your drawings, I just kind of angry because I'm like, I want a tablet too. Just because I
can't even use a tablet anymore.
Oh, you did. I remember you used to. Like, all your drawings were just like tablet.
Used to. That's what. Don't Look It Sucks. Every chapter Don't Look It Sucks except for the first one. No, even the first one. It was actually D3 that I started using tablet. We're not going to talk about that anymore. But yeah, Don't Look It Sucks is all tablet. Thanks for making me feel even worse about my art now.
Well, no, that's something bad. That's why I don't even do, like, computer drawings. I only do it on pen and paper because I think my art sucks. I mean, I did have an interesting style where I just kind of like overlaid each line. Like, it was kind of like using a pencil to scratch in, where you just kept.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, you saw Dorgo comment. He was the first person to compliment me on that. When I showed you the Brock Megafire. Yeah, you complimented.
I remember liking Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, my Commissioner Gordon was just like a big fat ass head, and it was like retarded looking and everything. But it was, I think that added into the humor of like his line. He just had like this really stoic face, and it was like really ugly and disformed, and it's just like, I was attacked by a guy with a gun, but I beat him up with my bare hands or something like that. That was all it was, and it made me chuckle quite a bit.
Megafire's a fat kid. Hey, Six, what you working on?
I can't, no. You're a jerk.
Six, what are you working on right now?
No, I'm not telling you now.
Please, Six, tell us.
What is your current project of video games?
My current project is learning how to play the harmonica.
Well,
that was good, right?
It didn't sound horrible, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you. That's the best I could do. Serious video game type things. Well, you guys already know about Wargirl, which is totally a thing that's going to happen, I swear. I'm past the point, like, I don't remember if I talked about this before earlier in the thing, but I'm past the point where it would fail. It's going to go. It's going to happen. Eventually. I just going to take a break every once in a while. I kind of work on something else. If it fails, it'll usually fails in about a week if it's not meant to be, and then I go back to Wargirl. I end up just missing Wargirl. It's just adorable. Right now, the current project I'm working on is actually with Moon. Moon and I are working on an RPG starring 4 witches who are going to be super cute and go on super cute adventures while doing super cute things, like casting magic spells and punching things
I hope it'll really be cute, or I'll be disappointed. That's really
It's. I posted. Oh, you've seen Moon's art. Moon's done a lot of art for the game so far. It's freaking adorable. He's basically approving like every graphic I make,
fun.
so that it fits with his artistic visions. He's kind of
Autistic.
autistic. His autistic visions.
That's not very nice, Six.
Oh, but yeah, Moon was giving like a shit ton of input on it. The way it started is I was like, hey chat, I want to make an RPG. What should it be about? And then Shambar well, sorry, I was about to sneeze and it was gross and then it went away. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, I just like, one night I'm like, I want to make an RPG, and Moon was literally the only active person. I think Megafire's in for a bit later on, but Moon kind of just went with it. He was like, we're gonna have 4 characters, witches, and we decided all the 4 witches would all be, and then he started drawing them, and like there was concept art like right there in the first day, and it actually went really well. I just started coding yesterday. I got some stuff done. But there's a lot of stuff I can do before I even start making anything playable. But it's happening. Moon's got a lot of ideas. He's pretty ambitious, and I don't want to go too crazy with this project because it is like the first RPG. Not counting Final Boss, that doesn't count. It's the first RPG I've ever really. I've attempted RPGs before. It's the first one I really hope to finish. If I do finish it, it will be my first RPG. And
Cool.
so I gotta kind of keep the scope simple. And aside from the Witch game, there's Wargirl, Mandu, and MG are working on a project that does involve a current intellectual property. But I'm not going to talk too much about that.
Well, some would say it's intellectual. The others would disagree.
I think you should die. And then Bob, of course, he's always working on something. I'm always excited to see what Bob works on because Bob makes just amazing. Ice Demon is amazing. I fucking love Ice. It stole the show at Icon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for on all of Saturday and some of Sunday, it was just Ice Demon playing.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. War Girl and Color's Curse did okay too. Actually, War Girl got a lot of praise, but Ice Demon stole the show.
Were those the only games there? Or?
Ice Demon, War Girl, and Color's Curse were the only ones I really showed. I was playing through Color's Curse and not Color's Curse. I was playing through Forever Rain and Vista Quest 2, just demoing it, but it wasn't playable.
Oh, okay.
Like I played through like the first world and a half of Vista Quest 2 when people were watching.
So do you think that COD thing was worth it?
No. I'll be strictly honest, it was a ridiculous amount of money by the end of it. I originally was just going to get an art table, which was like $70. That's it. That's fine. That was easy. They thought that I was they thought I was actually a legitimate video game making company. And they're like, no, you wanna be an exhibitor. And I'm like, okay. And then turns out that the price is the same as like if you were to have an actual store there, like like a vendor. I did get some pretty sweet perks. Like I got but it was like $200 for a table.
What were the perks nice that you got?
Well, I got 2 free tickets. Instead of just 1 ticket, I got 2 free tickets. So my sister got to come along for free. So I guess that's kind of included in the price. Art tables had art tables were like just a table with a tablecloth. I got walls around like a cubicle. It was like a cubicle, and kind of it was like a shop. It was neat. I see there's pictures. There was pictures.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't show any of the art tables, but they're just a table. They're literally a table.
Yeah,
I got like walls and shit. Yeah, I got walls and shit. It was pretty sweet. But then after the table, then there was electricity, which was another $100. So it was $300 after that. Then there was printing the business cards and making the little pictures little guides that went on the side of the monitor. That was another $30. I bought 2 Super Nintendo controllers and 2 USB adapters. So I would have 2 brand new third-party Super Nintendo controllers. So I don't have to worry about because my current controller that I use is broken on the top. I didn't want to risk anything. Turns out both Super Nintendo controllers were defective, and it didn't even work that well. Made icing a little more difficult than it needed to be. But the adapters were like $15 each, and the Super Nintendo controllers were $10 each, so that's another $50. The guy who, a table next to mine, forgot to buy electricity and actually shared with me, and he paid for half of it, so I got $50 that I promptly spent on a Squid Girl Figma. But, yeah, it was nice. And of course, I spent like $200 on shit that I probably didn't need.
So, I'm basically around $400, $500, right?
Yeah. Well, my costume. I got a costume for now. Like, I was just improving my pyro costume. That's probably doesn't really count. But yeah. And I had engineer and I had spy. And then Mega Fighting I died.
So yeah, thanks SYAX for explaining that big old process to us.
I think you purposely cut your internet out just so you get me to shut up.
I don't know what you're talking about, SYAX.
No, there's never ever technical difficulties on the stream ever.
I've never ever. I don't know what you're talking about. There wasn't a technical difficulty this time, for sure. Anyway, what have we all been watching recently?
You.
That's so creepy.
I know.
Go away. SYAX is now kicked from this existence.
No, I'm sorry. I've been watching Dorko, okay?
That's better.
That's a lot better.
That's an improvement.
But yeah, seriously, I know that Watamote has been a thing that was going on.
Fuck yes, tomato.
Everybody loves the socially awkward girl.
Oh, socially awkward girl. It's so cute.
It's scary how relatable it is.
She's such a bad person. I love her.
Yeah.
She's just so horrible at everything. Like I don't even think I can relate to the level of awkward that she like poses upon me. Like I mean there are some relatable things, but then some of the things were just like, Jesus Christ, would you like tone down the autism?
Those evil thoughts she has about everybody around her, I can relate to that. That was me.
Definitely.
I secretly hated like everybody in my high school.
I didn't secretly hate everybody in my high school. I openly did. I straight up told people I hate my high school because of the people.
I kept myself. Sat in the back of the class. Brought underwear to work, that kind of thing.
Wait a second. Brought underwear to work?
I was referencing an episode, but then I said work, and I fucked it up.
Yeah.
Just pretend that didn't happen. Well, it's already recorded, whatever. There was my dignity.
Flaunters the way to play his accordion or harmonica.
No,
what about Dorko? What is you?
What is you? Ah, fuck! Ow!
Only SYAX can hurt himself with a harmonica.
While SYAX is writhing in pain, I recently finished watching all of Symbiotic Titan. It's a pretty good cartoon.
Is that like Teen Titans?
No.
Oh, why not?
It kind of has that formula of kind of like Power Rangers of people that form robots and can also giant robot and fight the monster of the day. I think
it's like Megas.
Oh, I get it. No. Actually, no. Megas was just one robot.
Oh, Megas is amazing. I love Megas.
Well, that was one of the best cartoons ever. I dare say the best.
They didn't play it very often here, so I only saw I've only seen 3-4 episodes. But what I did see, I liked.
Yeah. What have I been watching lately? Not really cartoon, but I've been watching a lot of Merlin, BBC show or TV show. I
used to watch Merlin with my grandmother when I was out there.
Oh, it's a pretty cool show. I like it. It's pretty good. It's been catching my attention. Also, Watamote. I mean, fucking that anime is great.
Of course, Watamote.
Yeah. What else is there that I've been watching?
Usually those British fantasy show dramas, or even any fantasy drama, like Game of Thrones. I can't get into Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
No, I don't like it.
Game of Thrones is okay. I think it's overrated, but it's pretty good.
Probably.
Like,
I haven't tried watching it though.
Oh, it's nice. It's a good one.
I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot.
Well, how much of a shot did you give it?
My dad was watching it, and I was there, and I kind of tuned in, but it didn't keep my attention. I would rather play Team Fortress 2.
You should probably give it more of a fair chance. Like,
I don't feel like it, Dorco.
Well, I can relate, so good.
I don't know. It's just Game of Thrones.
Watching. Oh.
Go ahead.
We're done with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's finished Mega 5. Stop living the past.
I've been watching Teen Titans Go. Like, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I kind of forgot about it for a bit, but then I remember that Raven was drawn friggin' adorable. It's like a cat. You put cat ears on her, she'd be a cat. And I watched the rest, and it's actually really good. Dare I say it, better than the original.
You're daring a really bad dare, because you're wrong. Teen Titans Go, I watched the first...
Tumblr just comes to kill 6.
Look at Angry Bob.
Teen Titans Go is... I watched the first 3 episodes, and it wasn't funny, and I didn't even... I mean, at most, I, like, cracked a smile, maybe. But it wasn't very interesting, and it was... I don't know. It just wasn't funny.
The first 2 or 3 episodes are not really good.
I mean, there was just
I
like
laugh at moments, but it's mostly just like lazy humor. That's like, look at the characters be jerks, or look at them get mangled or mangle others.
Today
Robin's such a jerk.
Today in my drama class, we learned about different kind of comedy. There is low and high comedy. It relies a lot on low comedy, which is why it's not funny, because you lose interest in it very fast.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty forgettable.
Yeah, there you go. I don't even remember what happened in the first... I mean, I only remember, like, segments. There was a time when Robin was beefy, and then there was, like, a donut shop.
I remember, too.
And then there was, like, a donut... and then there was, like, a donut shop or something like that.
I remember Cyborg and Beast Boy.
I think that's the donut shop that I was referring to.
Yeah.
I do like that they're all voiced by the same voice actors.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. At first I was like, they're all voiced by the same voice actor. Like, every single person is voiced by Tara Strong. And I was like, what? Tara Strong is not the voice of Cyborg.
Even minor characters like Trigon, Tara, the High Five, or whatever the fuck they're called, they're all the same voice actors. Like, that's the original. Even them, I'm so surprised.
At least they weren't lazy about that.
I didn't believe her.
Lazy about the humor, but not lazy about the casting, which is good.
That's what makes it so good.
Well, I do really like Cyborg, so I can agree there. Like, his voice is so good.
Cyborg is always good.
He's him and Beast Boy.
Even if the show isn't good, Cyborg is still good.
Well, the show is good, so it's alright.
No. No.
You are getting into some pretty hot waters, sir.
It is really hot in this fucking state right now. It's like 90 degrees outside or something. It's September. This is alien.
This is alien to me. What is hot? I don't know. All I know is snow.
All I know is snow.
Because Canada heard.
All I snow.
Okay, but reboots in general. Not reboot the cartoon, but reboots. Like, everything. They keep remaking shit.
You know what's funny, though?
Remake stuff a lot. Like, remember how they're remaking the Brave Little Toaster?
No, I'm done. Where's I'm done. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna press the button that makes the call end.
Calm down, Six. I couldn't resist bringing it up.
What call? Six. We're all sitting on the same couch. I don't know what you're talking about.
By end the call, I mean I was about to knife Darko.
And then put the knife down.
I'll get you.
Okay. On the topic of Jesus Christ, Six. On the topic of reboots. I was recently talking with a coworker. He was telling me about RoboCop. I think they're making a reboot.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and he was curious as to why, because like I don't think anybody from like later generations even know about RoboCop. So he's trying to see what the popularity is from. Like what's the reason they're doing it?
Well, they can. It's the same reason they remake Batman every bunch of years, because it's a new generation. People will be interested. They won't know too much about the originals. They'll treat it like a new movie. It's as if they got an original idea without actually having to have an original idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a good explanation.
Yeah.
And then also how Spoonie seems to treat like the idea of remaking RoboCop as like a sin. It cracks me up.
Why?
I like the original RoboCop. It was alright.
I've never seen it.
I saw it. I just don't remember jack shit from it. Like I keep getting it confused with iRobot.
I remember it was okay. I remember it was a pleasant experience.
I do remember there were really funny Japanese RoboCop commercials.
I don't know what you're talking about, but my interest is piqued.
I forget. There's just stuff like.
He's like cooking breakfast and shit.
Hold on, I dropped my headset. There was stuff like.
You
RoboCop
mean you dropped your voice box?
There was stuff like RoboCop walking in, and I think he was advertising chicken or something. I forget.
Chicken. Oh no, I want chicken. It was funny.
I want RoboCop brand.
Shit, what were they remaking? They remade their. I guess it wasn't really a reboot, but it's a continuation, like the Shaolin Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
It's not a reboot, isn't it? Like a direct continuation.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a new season, but it's like a new series, but it takes place roughly a little while after the original, which I think was ended perfectly. Like that was a good cartoon.
I sadly don't. Go ahead.
I remember enjoying it. It was goofy. I remember really liking the villain, the Jack Spicer.
Oh, fucking everyone loves Jack Spicer. My sister has like the hugest crush on Jack Spicer. See her wall. It's just there's like a poster, and she has a blanket. It's a borderline obsession. It's adorable. She is. I'm sure secretly she's super disappointed with Shaolin Chronicles, because I'm gonna say it right now. It's bad. They fucked it up.
Did they like introduce like a new like baby character of sorts as voiced by Tara Strong?
Yeah, like little Omi, and he's dumb. He's not okay. He's definitely not the worst part. I mean, but he's tolerable. He's okay.
I was laughing because somebody pointed out like these cartoons where they introduce a baby character that it's voiced by Tara Strong. Like Rugrats, and I forget the other example. Oh, Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, that's really fun. He's not a baby actually. He's like a littler version of Omi. Fair enough. He's not necessarily younger. I don't think he's just smaller. He's like little Omi. I don't know too much of the story with that. What does bother me, and maybe it's not as big a deal as other people, but it's just the inconsistencies between the two series. Like, first of all, like they were able to it's a different studio that's making it. The first problem is they outsourced the animation to France and Canada.
Canada.
You don't do that. We suck at animation. Have you seen our cartoons? They're bad. We don't have a single redeemable cartoon except for like Cyber 6. That's like the only thing. And that was.
Did you just say Cyber Sex?
Cyber 6. Oh. It was actually based on an old comic, which was pornographic in nature.
I think that New Ponies might be like a Canadian animated thing, and that's pretty well done.
Isn't all of no, I was gonna say Hasbro. Isn't all of the Hub like based in Canada?
Maybe. I'm not sure. That's something I have to look up.
Dude, no way.
Canada
like, 6. I think you're wrong. I think a lot of Canadian.
No, it's not. There's like no good Canadian cartoons.
Oh, there's certainly a lot of bad examples.
Canada has some silly rules. I understand why they're in place, but it makes it a lot harder to make something here. Like a certain percentage, if you make anything in Canada, a certain percentage of its actors needs to be Canadian. that means they can't bring back everybody they wanted to. So pretty much I think the only returning voice actor in Shaolin Chronicles is what's her face, Tara Strong.
Yeah.
That's it.
That sucks. Like, I think the biggest turnoff for me, like, finding out about Shaolin Chronicles is that they aren't the same voice actors.
Yeah, that's such a bad. Maybe it's minor for other people, but if a show, that's why I like Teen Titans Go so much, is that they kept all the voice actors. If someone has a different voice, it's just.
Sometimes you get used to it, but
Funny story about Teen Titans Go. Actually, there was a little bit of a predecessor for it, not in animation form, but in comic form. They've been hinting at it for a while now. The Teen Titans Go thing, like there were little shorts.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
I know there was animated shorts, but there was also comic shorts. Like they had this Teen Titans comic book, which I remember it was like I read it at like Barnes and Nobles or something.
Yeah.
It was like they were at school or something, and Slade was the principal, and it was a really interesting comic. But at the end,
I would read that.
Yeah, at the end there was a little like a little short with the same animation style as or drawing style, I guess, as the Teen Titans Go, and it was basically sort of that little humor. Like it was 1 or 2 pages, not even that many panels.
Curse you, comic books.
Yeah.
Use the word drawing loosely. It's a vector.
Whatever.
Vector. Yeah.
The
I can draw.
Artistic rendition of the Teen Titans. All right, so.
Also, I remember another thing about that new Shaolin show or whatever. I heard that the artifacts have different names, and it's because like they can't get the copyrights to the original names. I heard.
Yeah, like what's up? They can get they can get all the characters. They made Dojo yellow for some reason, but whatever. I guess that's not even that big a deal, because apparently dragons change color. That's a thing. Okay. But they couldn't get the names of any of the Shengon. They got the name Shengon Wu. It's still called that. But they're all renamed, and there's such little name changes. It's so silly.
Apparently, the names themselves of the old artifacts are like copyright. Like, you can't use these. It's ours. Like, what? What are you using them for? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but they have the characters. I just don't get that.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Well, they don't have the voice actors either, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Well, Jack's voice actor is actually not bad. He's probably the best of the bunch.
I heard maybe it's different from when I heard it, but I didn't like it.
There was a leak. They leaked a promo or something where the voice actor for Jack was just a placeholder. A lot of people heard that and freaked the fuck out, but no, it wasn't the actual voice. The actual actor for Jack, he's not bad. He's definitely like the least complaint I have with the show. Mm-hmm. And usually I'm super mad about voice actors like every time. Like freaking Super Mario World doesn't have Captain Lou. What the fuck? But it still have the same voice actor for Toad, Mario, and Luigi, right? No, I mean Toad, Princess, and Luigi, and Bowser. Yeah, the same voice actor for them.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Mario sounds so gruff in 3 in World compared to how he sounded in the original. I thought Captain Lou was amazing, Mario.
I never realized that.
I just kind of accepted the fact that they were different voice actors and stuff, and it didn't really bother me.
It didn't really bother me because those cartoons are terrible.
Yeah, there you go. We just kind of watch them to get a laugh and comment on it like that.
I like the original the best though. 3 is definitely the weakest link. World's okay. Yoshi's
Papero, and I guess I agree with him. We enjoy Super Mario Bros. 3 the most because of how terrible it's done. It's like
yes, I agree with the two of you. Oh, do you remember? I think my favorite part about it is watching the annotated version of every episode, and like there was that episode where they did the bros moves, and it was just a spam of first Mario and Luigi bros moves. This is where bros moves came from, and then just like a spam of different. It was just so perfect because they were right. It fits so well. Oh my god.
The funniest moment to me was that one episode where Luigi and one of the kings turns into dogs. And then there's just that one moment where Yeah, I think like the king like hits people with the wand or something. They just like fall down, and like the dog catcher, he stops. He looks down, all sad. Like, those poor men, they just all die. He's just like mourning them. It's the funniest freaking thing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Actually, I have the entirety of the original and 3 on DVD.
Oh wow.
I remember I had one on DVD, but I can't find it anymore.
I regret 3.
It was a promo DVD too. It was like one that came in like a cereal box or something. But yeah, I also remember in oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh. In Toys R Us, they had like a bunch of old Deke videos.
Deke.
Deke is
Whatever
the guys.
happened to Deke?
They made shitty stuff, so they died probably.
Oh, they really died. I gotta look it up. I gotta figure out what happened to Deke. I need to know.
Because I know they did some stupid. I know that they did other stupid cartoons that I didn't like.
I know they did Sonic. They did like every Saturday morning cartoon.
They did every single video game adaptation.
Did they do Captain N?
Yes, I believe they did.
Oh my god.
They did.
Hey, hi!
Okay.
It's Greaticus to see you, Icus, again.
Okay, that's definitely not what I was looking for.
You know, with the whole topic of reboot, it's a little disappointing that we're probably never going to get another, like, Mario cartoon or movie ever again.
Oh, yeah. Wait. You know what? The original movie wasn't even bad.
Yeah, we analyzed it to the bones, and actually it's really, like, it's got a lot of, inside.
They knew their stuff.
They did. They really did. And it's like on the outside is, you know what? I'm not trying to protect the movie or anything from the criticism, but like they did know their stuff, and it had a lot of deeper, like more meaningful references. But that is not how you make the movie more relatable, because you need to really have it out there on the skin so that people get hooked in and they keep going with it. Because like, haha, yeah, this is a thing that happened in the game, but on the surface, it's like, what? This isn't Mario.
Like, I understand they wanted to do something different, and I respect that, and I thought it was great. It's just unfortunately, it just, Super Mario Brothers is marketed to kids. That is not a kids movie. Well, when I was a kid, I friggin' loved it, but I guess I'm a weird kid. But no, I can understand why people don't like it, but I will forever defend it. I thought it was a great movie. It's like one of my favorites. It's like my number one favorite movie.
Oh, I don't think I like it that well, but
it's a really fun movie. I like it.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's pretty great.
Oh shit!
But I don't think.
I searched Deke, and actually they died in 2008.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling it was sometime recently.
I didn't realize it was so recent. What did they do in the 2000s?
I think they just kind of reran stuff on different channels, because I know that on some public network they already had they had some of their stuff playing, like none of the video game stuff, but some of the more obscure stuff.
Oh, they did that Transformers animated.
Yeah, they played that.
Oh, I've never seen Transformers animated, but I heard it was good.
Oh.
Huh. What?
Oh, never mind. I was reading it wrong. It was going to be funny, but then it wasn't.
What I like, speaking of Transformers, there's this Transformers cartoon that was really nice, where it had this kid stumbling into like a cave, and he found the Transformers like powered down or some shit. And then
Was this recent?
No. It's pretty old. Like I watched it back in like 2005 or 2004 or something, and I think it was older than that. Like it was a year or two old. But I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, and then he has like this bully, like this guy who bullied him, and this other guy who weren't his friends, but then they all like decide to play a game or some shit, and they all stumble in, and each one is like kind of like transformer, quote unquote, in the sense of each has like an Autobot that's relatable
Like
to them.
Pokemon.
Yeah, kind of. And it's just like this big fat guy is just like Bumblebee's friend, and then the main character is what's his name? I was gonna call him Autotron. God damn it. What's his name? The main transformer for the Autobots. Optimus Prime, yeah.
Octopus Prime?
I said shit.
One thing. I'm just reading their filmography. Actually, Deke did the first 2 seasons of the Sailor Moon dub.
Oh.
They also did Real Ghostbusters, and you know that 1999 Inspector Gadget movie?
The one with
They did that.
The one with what's his name?
I don't remember.
Is it Steve Bloom or something like that?
Well, there's only like one. Well, there's a sequel, but there's only like one Inspector Gadget line.
I thought it was okay when I was a kid. It might be bad though.
It's dumb. But yeah, they made that.
It's the guy with That's a lot of fish, right?
Yes, I think so.
It's like Magic Project or something.
They also did Captain Planet.
Captain Planet, he's a hero.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh man, I remember Captain Planet. I hated it as a kid.
It never aired in Canada. Not that I know of, anyways.
Oh, you were
I might
saved.
have seen an episode or 2. I don't remember.
It wasn't that great. I liked the guy that was like Heart, because his voice was funny.
I only care about that guy because Nostalgia Kid did a lot of jokes with him.
Yeah, I appreciated those jokes because that was during the time that I thought he was funny because he just went Heart. I don't know, his voice was silly. Even for like a stereotypical like accent, like it was really like over exaggerated, just to the point of being like nonsensical.
Oh, good times. It sucks that we'll probably never get like another Mario cartoon.
Maybe we will. I mean, Nintendo's been doing a lot of stuff that they used to not do.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of merchandising like in the last few years. Ever since New Super Mario Brothers came out, like there's a ton. There's like friggin' Mario Connects.
I know that there's a Mario Monopoly, but that's it.
Oh, like friggin' everything has a Monopoly though. Come on.
I hope Nintendo can like be brave again, make more like cartoons and comics and stuff. Because like even though I don't really care for Sonic games, I love the comic.
Yeah, Mega Man has a good comic too. Maybe let Archie.
Well, they're made by the same people, so.
I know. I'm aware. Megafire.
You're not aware. Yeah, I like Archie a lot. Archie is a pretty cool company.
I don't really know what else they've done, so maybe there's like a bunch of terrible comics.
They
did Archie, which is like appeals to the class, which has been around since like the 60s or something.
40s, I think.
40s even. They did Jughead.
Jughead
is like, dude, it became its own like cult following. Like all those not greasers, but all those like diners and stuff that all originated around Jughead. Like Jughead was like the main star for like diners and crap. That was like the most.
Jughead.
Yeah, and then
I like Jughead's favorite.
Yeah, he was basically like the stoner of the group. Yeah, stoners are always nice.
I liked Reggie. Not a lot of people like Reggie, but I like Reggie.
I don't remember Reggie. How did he look like?
He was like Jerk Archie.
Oh, he was with the black hair, right?
Yeah, it's like, you know how you have like Betty and Veronica? He was like the Veronica Archie.
Yeah, I never got which one Archie was for. Like, was he with Veronica or what the hell are we talking?
It was never really established. Unless there's like some comic in where they did finally do it. I don't know, but it was always like either one. Like it was kind of like they're fighting over him. But then they always kind of like whoring around.
Poor Reggie.
Concept.
I think in the official, I think eventually gets Veronica or something.
I thought it was Betty.
I don't.
Back to the shipping wars.
No, it's not. I hate shipping. I'm trying to find out the canon. I'm pretty sure the canon thing is like it was with Betty. Like they just kind of like near like the 90s, 2000s. They just were like, all right, Veronica's just
way,
there.
way more recent than that is when they started doing that kind of. Oh, it was 1946 actually.
Yeah, okay, so 40s, not 60s. Yeah, they had Jughead. They had. It's actually really interesting that a company from like the 40s was like, let's take Sonic the Hedgehog and make it really cool, and they did.
Well, they didn't do just Archie since the 40s, and they've had a lot of different comics.
Oh no, for sure. Like I'm not just saying that. I mean, just like a company, just like that old to take up something so.
Oh no, they're pretty like they update Archie like to be more for the current generation, like every generation.
That's I can respect that. Like they've got to keep running, but they always like do mini reboots, like Six said, like to make it more relevant for the
Yeah, exactly. They do that.
They're not just gonna age the characters up to be like 50 and be like in our society. They're just gonna reboot it a little bit. And that's nice, Sonic had there's a really nice chart floating around somewhere of like the ups and downs of the Sonic comic, which is fairly relevant. I think the only complaint I have with it is it doesn't show the spin-off, not the spin-offs. Well, yeah, spin-offs, I guess, the Knuckles and the Tails comics and.
I remember the original Archie comic was very, or not Archie, the original Sonic comic was very heavily based on the Saturday morning cartoons. Like they took all the Saturday morning cartoon characters.
I thought it was the other way around. It's the other way around, I think.
Is it the other way around? Maybe, but yeah, like the two were very closely linked in canon. But then
when I watched some of Sonic Saturday, I'm trying to get into it. The way that it really felt like a comic put to animation in both a good and bad way. I don't know really how to describe it, but it was kind of weird.
You don't really expect the voices to be what they are in the cartoon.
I don't think it was that.
No, okay. That's what happened to me. The voices were really off.
No, it's just something about the dialogue and how it was paced, but I don't know.
Alright, the dialogue it's because the dialogue was heavily like dumbed down for some reason. Like it was made to be like really cheesy, like into the age. Because and this is another thing I liked about the old Sonic comics is they didn't really rely heavily on the dialect and the phrasings of the time period. Like I'm pretty sure they started the comic in like the 90s. So a lot of the dialect wasn't like heavily influenced by the age.
He was like, dude.
Yeah, like dude, all that shit wasn't in there. I mean, maybe they were like used, but they weren't emphasized like they are in the cartoon. They're just like, dude, so let's do this or some crap like that. I don't know.
Later on, the comic got really guilty of that. I remember one of the Knuckles comics was super bad with that kind of.
Oh yeah. I
I
think they were trying to like figure out what they want to do. Like, do they want to make it more like a novel? Like, do they want the dialogue to be more like novel based? Like they're going to be neutral to the time period, or do they want to be?
Any sense.
Huh?
Writers.
That does make sense. Like in terms.
No, I think just writers change over time.
Yeah, well, different writers. Yeah, so it's different as well.
I don't know what the actual. That was just my theory. So, and it makes
too incompetent.
I like how they suddenly just switched it over to Sonic Adventure style.
Oh, they didn't suddenly.
Being, like,
they didn't suddenly do it. There was a plot point to it.
Yeah.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, there was a. They were like, it was like a time skip thing, but at the same time, it was like some kind of chaos event thing that it like put a lot of people. It matured a lot of the characters in terms of appearance.
All I know is that they handled the Sonic Adventure adaptation really poorly, but they figured out how to advertise the games better later on, like a one-issue thing or whatever.
I like how they did Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 in the Sonic X. Even though they had to put Chris in it, which was
Chris stealing important parts so he can be important. Like fuck you, Chris.
Fun fact: in the Archie Sonic X Sonic Adventure adaptation, they made Chris as minuscule as possible.
Good.
It was really funny though because you were reading through Sonic Adventure and it's like there's this moment that Chris appears and he's like, "What did I miss?" That was literally like one of his lines because he's like not in the comic, and then it's just all of a sudden they put Chris in there and he's like, "I'm here now."
I like that one thing that Dorfa linked to me like 50 bazillion years ago, that one Eggman comic where he's freaking out and he's wearing different costumes and one of them is Chris.
What? I don't remember this.
That Sonic X comic was really weird.
I like the Sonic X comic because they added different plots that were actually kind of good.
Well, it has a sense of humor, I know that much.
I didn't mind Sonic X. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst thing ever.
We're talking about the animation now or the comic?
I mean, as far as 4Kids dubs go, it wasn't that bad.
I actually want to watch it again.
We should totally do that. I kind of want to watch it too. Now we have to do it, Dorko. You and me. We're gonna sit down.
Wait, I want to do it too.
No, you don't get to do it.
Oh.
I'm joking. You can do it too.
I liked the super space season, like when they get sent back to their planet, but then they have to go to space because of.
When I
never watched that. No, I watched a couple episodes, but
when I first watched that, I kind of hated it, but I could give it another.
I like the end. Okay, all right. Let me rephrase that because I just thought about it somewhere, and I'm just like, there was a lot of stupid episodes in it. It was a lot better. I liked the formatting of it. In Sonic X, it was kind of like there was no set plot that it was advancing at. It was just kind of like they're just spending time until some. The MacGuffin is fixed and they can go back to their planet. And basically, it was just nonsensical shit that happened in between.
It was very status quo.
Yeah, in this one, it's like they're progressing on a main story, but then they have like these little mini stories in between. And I loved it. I love when cartoons do that. That is my favorite thing. Like One Piece does it with its fillers. Well, that's a poor example.
One Piece, more like one piece of shit.
More like shut the fuck
I went there.
up.
We should just end the podcast and go watch Sonic X.
Yes, let's do that.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is Megafire signing out. Want to say goodbye, Six?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Darko.